Good afternoon, welcome to Policing TV. I'm with Chief Superintendent Paul Talbot in at the Staffordshire Police Memorial Garden. Paul, let me just pan into the memorial plaque here. It's just about to start raining, so Paul and I are going to head down here to the little shelter and conduct more of our conversation just in there. So, first of all, Paul, this is a lovely garden just set aside from Force Headquarters. Just to your right, there's amongst other things, the control room building, and down the hill there are other Staffordshire Police Headquarter buildings. This garden, as we saw from the plaque, has only been here a handful of years, and I think you had some role in bringing it together.
Yeah, so it's very much the wishes really of our Chief Constable, Mr Noble. Clearly his history in policing recognises the importance of valuing those that we've lost, both police officer and police staff. So it's vitally important that we have an area within our headquarters where we can celebrate the memories and people can come and reflect. The beauty of this garden is that it is a quiet location in a busy environment, but it's also a place where you can come and reflect. It's a place where you can step out of that busy day-to-day work life in order just to sit down and just have that moment. Before, this ground was very much an open ground, but at least it gives us an opportunity of using this space more effectively and having those times and a position where we can come together as a group. We can come and celebrate, we can come and remember, and it's a great focal point on our headquarters establishment.
It's a good place for us to talk about your police journey, and I'd like to start by asking perhaps almost the inevitable question, which is, why did you join the police?
Yeah, so it's something that I've always wanted to do. Since that little boy, I think it was a case of what else could I do? The army, I wasn't very good at discipline. Just spent a lot of my time doing press-ups when I did a look at life of the army. So police force was something that I needed in my life at that time. That discipline, that uniform, that direction, that focus. So I'm Staffordshire born and bred, although I've got a slight West Mids in my accent because I actually joined West Midlands Police in 1998. I did want to join Staffordshire, but West Midlands Police had that recruitment, and the recruitment opportunities was a lot more vibrant within the West Midlands Police because of the size of the force. I was always going to transfer, but I never felt comfortable in transferring and leaving West Midlands Police. I felt that I sort of owed something back to them, and I was really enjoying my time. I was really enjoying my career in West Midlands Police, and it gave me some great opportunities. My background is very much around road policing, so opportunities of riding motorcycles, of pursuits, and that, making sure that we can make sure the roads are safe. Very much my passion. It was very much something that I got involved in, also from a family liaison perspective as well. One of the first family liaison officers. I felt really a reward from doing that role because it was an opportunity for me to help families and give at least some form of comfort to families in relation to why somebody might have been 1 minute walked out of the door, the next minute not walking back because of a collision. And then I moved on. The right opportunity came for me to transfer to Staffordshire, my home force. It was very much something that was unfinished business for me. I did my work experience at Cannock Police Station when I was 15. I was a very different person when I transferred into Staffordshire. I probably wouldn't have had me when I was 15. But so yeah, it was great for me to come back to the county, great for me to come back to my home county, serve the communities. There's almost, you feel like that jigsaw piece when the jigsaw goes into place. Obviously my sense of humour is Staffordshire, all my family, all my friends, all my social circles of Staffordshire, so it was just a great opportunity and just a perfect fit. I've been here 8 years. I'm not going to ask the force whether they were happy for me and for me to be here for the 8 years, but I'm certainly happy. Certainly enjoyed my time in Staffordshire. Yeah.
So you transferred at what rank?
Yes, I transferred as an inspector.
Yep.
At that time I was collision investigation inspector for Central Motorway Police Group for the collision investigation unit. So I very much it was a collaboration between West Midlands Police and Staffordshire Police. So I very much had 2 foot in both camps. That helped me and made the transition a lot easier, because I obviously had a relationship with Staffordshire. I understood, I knew the culture, I knew the direction of the organisation. I also knew some of the characters and individuals within the organisation, and I could tell that it was it was the right time. I still have fond memories of West Midlands Police. I'm very much grateful for my 20 years service in West Midlands Police. It was a fantastic time in my life. There's some ups and downs, as everything. There's some real positives and some real negatives, but overall I'm very fond of that service. Similarly, my time now in Staffordshire, I'm very fond of Staffordshire, very determined to make Staffordshire Police the best that it can be to serve the communities, which happens to be my friends, my family, my social network.
Those in policing, whether UK or overseas, will know that one police force can be quite significantly different from another. There are 43 geographic forces in England and Wales, plus Scotland, plus Northern Ireland, and plus a number of others, taking us up perhaps to 50 plus. What are your observations of that transfer, acknowledging that you were with the Central Motorways Patrol Group, so a collaboration between originally 4, then 2 forces? What were your observations about that transfer? I'm thinking particularly about the challenges that others might face if they were transferring from one force to another.
Yeah, so I think my transition was obviously from a metropolitan force into a county force. So the first thing to get your head around is the fact of that the resilience isn't probably quite the same. Also in relation to the demographic of the communities and the expectations of the communities. Without trying to generalise cities, city can be quite a close community, whereas you find that within more of a county, it's more of an open community. So it's very much important to understand the differences between those forces, certainly from a metropolitan to a county. But ultimately, and I think it's the same across all of UK policing, everybody's got the same values, everybody's got the same intention, and that intention is to serve the community, serve the public. That's our fundamental role. It goes back to the Peel principles of how UK policing was set up, quite unique in relation to the rest of the world, but those principles still remain. I haven't met a police officer that is determined not to serve those communities, to do the right thing by those communities. I'm obviously aware that there are those individuals that have been found within the organisation, and quite clearly and quite rightly have been either asked to leave the organisation or have faced criminal offences. Certainly that's not something that we want in UK policing, and certainly not the type of people that I wish to work alongside. But the majority of people I've seen have got that positive nature, that positive attitude. They don't do it for money, they don't do it as a 9 to 5, they do it because it's a vocation, they do it because they want to serve the community. And I think it's very much about it's reflection, isn't it? And it's accepting that we're not all perfect, and you identify those areas where you need to improve and you try and mitigate those negatives. But at the end of the day, they're there. It's your personality, and it's about how you live with it. And I think as you get older, you also change. Fatherhood changes, different experiences in life. You notice changes in demographics. You notice changes within the society, and it's important to reflect that. Certainly, as a police officer, to make sure that we're still relevant. We've got to be relevant for the communities that the demographics that might be in the old, later life stages of life, to those new generations. It's vitally important that we're there for everybody, and we're contactable for everybody, and we understand different perspectives in life.
Paul, fascinating to hear from you on your career to date. I wish you every success in your future policing career and beyond. For the time being, though, Chief Superintendent Paul Talbot, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.